Welcome to our Pop UK videocast and our PSHE lesson on the benefits of singing on our health and well-being. Our learning objective today is to understand how singing improves our health and well-being. And our lesson question is, how can singing benefit our minds and our bodies? Now, our friends at the Sing Up Foundation have already done research on this, and we're going to be using some of their findings, but we're going to discover that singing will help us emotionally, socially, behaviourally and physiologically. Now, that's a hard word to say, but we're going to discover what it means later. This videocast is based on our song Lift Up Your Voice. You can download the full song on our website popuk.org. Our human body is quite extraordinary, particularly the brain. Bill Bryson, the writer, has written a book called The Body, and he says that our brains churn through more information in 30 seconds than the Hubble Space Telescope has processed in 30 years. There's a tiny bit of our brain, about the size of a grain of sand, that holds 2,000 terabytes of information. Now, this is enough to store all the movies ever made, including the trailers. Our brain is simply quite amazing. But what does it do when we sing? Studies have shown that when people sing, endorphins and oxytocin are released by the brain, which has the effect of lowering stress and anxiety levels. Now, endorphins are natural chemicals that fight pain. They are released when a person gets hurt, so if you fall over and graze your leg, that's when endorphins kick in. But they're also released when we're exercising, or when we're laughing, or when we're singing. Now, oxytocin, another chemical, this is often called the love hormone because it encourages bonding and forming relationships. This is why people love to sing in choirs. Now, discuss with your friends a favourite song of yours and discuss why you like it, but more importantly, how it makes you feel when you hear it and you sing it. So we can see that because of what the brain produces when we sing, this helps our confidence. It gives us a positive feeling, it helps us develop a new skill, and it improves our self-esteem. So singing certainly helps us emotionally. But singing also helps us socially. We all like to spend time meeting friends, and singing with other people, in choirs or in singing groups, certainly strengthens relationships and gives us a strong sense of community and social inclusion. Now, this means being positive and respectful and accepting of people around us. And singing certainly does this. So we've looked at how the brain produces chemicals to help us emotionally and socially when we sing. Now we're going to look at how singing helps the way we behave towards one another. The Choir with No Name is a charity working with homeless people. In February 2017, the Independent newspaper ran an article on how the choir was helping homeless people change their behaviour. And this article says that 60% of those who have joined the choir went on to volunteer, or to get a job, or move into more stable accommodation. This is showing that their behaviour changed. So why don't you go into your groups and discuss why you think their behaviour changed? Learning a new skill, engaging with others, and performing, even to a small audience, develops self-belief and begins to build confidence and self-respect. Now this changes behaviour. Listen to how the audience applauds every soloist that sings in this concert performed by the choir with no name. Finally, we're going to see how singing has a physiological impact on us. Now, what does physiological mean? Well, it's a branch of science that explains the normal functions of our body and why they need to keep functioning. So, for example, breathing, or aerobic activity, or our immune system, which is the system that enables us to fight infection. Now, these are vital things that have to keep functioning if we're going to keep on living. Now, research has shown that when we sing, the protein that strengthens our immune system is produced, and we begin to feel better about ourselves. Also, in order to sing, we have to inhale more oxygen, and this improves the efficiency of our breathing, making us more alert and sharp. And also, it helps us with fighting pain because of the endorphins that, if you remember, we talked about these earlier. So today we understand that singing improves our health and well-being. It does this by the brain producing chemicals called endorphins and oxytocin, which help us emotionally and socially. We've also learned that singing in choirs can help us be more confident and helping towards changing our behaviour towards one another. And we've understood how singing helps us physiologically as we trust the brain to do its work, producing protein that strengthens our immune system and improves our singing.